In which of the following relations is y a function of x? Looking at part A, we have y equals 3x minus 1. Well, using the definition of function, we know that each x value corresponds to only one y value. So we could try some specific numbers for x. Maybe try x equals 1 just to get an idea. This tells us that y is equal to 3 times 1 minus 1, which is 3 minus 1, or 2. So this particular x value gives us only one y value, but it doesn't show that every x value only has one y value. So to do that, if we look at the formula that we have, y equals 3x minus 1. No matter what number you pick for x, if you multiply it by 3, we only have one answer. So if we take that single answer we got from 3 times x and we subtract 1, we only get one single answer in the end. That means no matter what we chose for x, there is only one single answer for y. There is only one y value for that x. That tells us that yes, this is a function. Let's look at part B the same way. Here we could try this like we did before. We could try an x value. Say we plugged in x equals 1. This tells us that y squared equals x. Now, to solve for y here, we could use the square root property, take the square root of both sides. But you've got to keep in mind when you do this, you've got to put a plus or minus. This should be the square root of 1. So the square root of 1 is 1. So we've got y equals positive 1 and y equals negative 1. So this single value for x gave us two different values for y. And that tells us that no, this is not a function. Finally, on part C, we have y equals x squared. We could start this the same way. We could try plugging in a value for x. Say we plugged in x equals 1. This tells us that y equals 1 squared, so y equals 1. However, that only tells us that for this particular value for x, there's one y value. But we haven't shown that for every value of x, there's only one y. Well, if you were to take any number for x, and you square it, if you multiply it by itself, there's only one single answer. So that says regardless of what we chose for x, there is only one single y value. So that says that yes, this is a function.